Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about going to Dead Sea. The Dead Sea has 33% salt content. It basically pushes you up. Interesting fact is that even though you cannot sing, but in reality you could sing. Hi everyone, this is Dr. Rakesh Shah from Life of Travel, and today we're going to talk about Dead Sea. Did you know that the Dead Sea is the lowest point on the planet Earth, 430 meters below the sea level? That is mind-blowing. Today I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about going to Dead Sea. If you're planning to go, you must watch this video till end because I'm going to give you a lot of nuggets, and I'm going to tell you from the Jordan side because the Dead Sea is between Israel and Jordan. You can go either side. First thing first, how to get there. So we're talking about going from Amman to Dead Sea, which is only 55 kilometers, so it's not that far, hour and 15 minutes ride, and you can go by private car, or you can rent a car which would cost you around 20 to 40 Jordanian per day plus fuel and other stuff, or you can hire a taxi which will cost you more or less same money, between 20 and 40 Jordanian for one way, or you can take a tour, the package tour, like just for the Dead Sea or the other places, because there are 2-3 places like Mount Nebo and other places close by. So you can take a kind of a day trip that covers all 3 places, and that would cost you between 30 and 50 Jordanian for those package tour. And if the budget is a concern, then yes, you can take a bus from Amman, the central location in Amman, to Dead Sea. The only thing is that you might end up taking a taxi to go to that bus station in Amman, and also from Dead Sea to resort place where you will be actually going to the Dead Sea. That is the only thing, but it's pretty cheap. I heard that it was around 2 or 4 Jordanian to go to Dead Sea by bus. So it's pretty good price. So that is how to go there. So that's the Dead Sea. It used to be all the way up to here. So the other side is Israel, right? That is Israel, right? It's Jericho on that side. Jesus Baptist site was on that side. Some interesting facts about this Dead Sea. The Dead Sea actually is shrinking 1 meter every year, and you can see it when you go there. You will see the space between the building and the sea. There is a vast space. Actually, the Dead Sea is receding. You can see that the water used to be all the way up there, and now it is gradually. They say that in 50 years, this Dead Sea will be gone. So the next question is why people go to Dead Sea. The most important reason most people go is because the Dead Sea has 33% salt content, which is almost 10 times more than the ocean. It basically pushes you up, like the water bounces you up and you are floating, no matter whether you know swimming or not. I don't know swimming, but I was able to float without any problem. And that buoyancy, people love it. I'm sure you have seen the pictures where people are kind of floating and reading the newspaper or magazine. That is like a standard Instagram picture. So that is why people go there. And the second important thing in this particular category is because there's a lot of minerals in that Dead Sea. So people use that for a lot of skin conditions. And there are a lot of shops around Dead Sea who are selling the products, all kinds of products made out of those rich minerals. So that is another reason people go there. Cleopatra supposedly used mud from this Dead Sea for her beauty. So I guess if you apply that mud, you can gain the same beauty as her. So I'm going to give you some practical tips when you go to Dead Sea. So tip number 1, when to go is April, May or September, October time period when the temperature are okay. Otherwise it may be too hot during rest of the month. And time of the day, preferably go before noon or after 4 o'clock, because between 12 and 4 it might still be too hot. Tip number 2 is that when you go there, you will end up going through a resort. That is how it works there. They have public beaches at the Dead Sea, and then there are resorts and hotels on the Dead Sea. There's a private access to the Dead Sea. So we are going through the Grand East Hotel, and we're going to hang out at the Dead Sea on their beach. You pay the resort fee, maybe 20 Jordanian, 30 Jordanian, sometimes they include actually the lunch also. That may not be a bad idea, because then you don't have to worry about the food. They provide towel and access to the Dead Sea. So I'm at this Grand East Hotel. It's right there. We came walking all the way from there, and we'll be walking that way towards the Dead Sea. And right there is Israel. So this side is Jordan and this side is Israel. The third is what to bring with you. The Dead Sea is very rocky there. When you go there at the beach area, it's not a real beach as such, but if you walk barefoot, it will hurt in your feet. So make sure you have a water boot, and obviously flip-flop when you come out and walking towards the resort. And then also bring the hat because it's going to be hot. Then obviously sunscreen, water bottle, maybe snack if you want to just hang out there a little bit longer. So those are the things you need to bring. The next tip is for the floating. So when you're floating, make sure the water doesn't get in your eyes, because if it goes in your eyes, is going to burn because it's a salty water. So remember that. And don't float for more than 20 minutes or so, because outside is just salt and salt. So the salt by osmosis is going to suck the water out of your body and you're going to get dehydrated. Interesting fact is that even though you cannot sink technically because it's 33% salt water, but in reality you could sink. So don't be too adventurous where you are totally fearless and you might end up drowning. Okay. It's very unlikely, but it can happen. There is a historic significance to this Dead Sea also. In ancient Egyptian time, they used the asphalt from this Dead Sea area for embalming process and also for waterproofing their ships. Now I know a taxi driver come guide in Amman, and if you want his name and number, please message me in the comment section below, and I will give you that number so that he can take you to Dead Sea and wherever or whenever you want. Thanks for watching this video, and if you can hit that like and subscribe button if you have not already done so, I would really appreciate that. And if you feel even more generous, you can share this video with somebody who wants to go to Dead Sea, and also write a comment if you have been to Dead Sea. What was your experience or anything I missed? I would really love to hear from you. So thank you so much. This is Dr. Rakesh Shah from Life of Travel, and I live in Atlanta, Georgia. Thank you.